This episode of After Dark is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to support the Boss Rush Network and our family of podcasts, head on over to our Patreon at patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. Thanks for your continued support.
Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to Boss Rush After Dark. In case you know it, this is the alternative podcast show for the network. It's topical, it's for adults, and it's by Boss Rush Network. That's all you need to know. Back with me tonight are my wonderful co-hosts. First of all, the one and only PK Power, Patrick Klein himself. What's up, dude?
With 100% less hair.
Yeah, you shaved that. You shaved that shit.
I did. It's fuzzy now. I love
Fuzzy.
that.
I was about to say, is it smooth?
No, it's not smooth. It's fuzzy.
Glide over it like an ice cube.
Nope, because second you shave it, the hair's already grown back.
That is true.
Except for like this part. Then it's just light hair growing back. Because I'm bald.
And also welcome back tonight is our main man himself, Mr. Corey Dirrig. Dude, what's up?
Let me tell you what's up, LeRon. Okay? I was on Amazon perusing the gaming collectibles. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at a Tifa statue. I was looking at a Mega Man statue. I was looking at some amiibo. And then it said, suggestions for you. And all these weird hentai statues start showing up with blurred out, we'll say, lady parts. Okay?
What we assume is lady parts. With Japanese hentai, you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. What you think our nips are actually like really monster tentacles, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that tongue, not a tongue. It's like a slithery snake, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Gets creepy. It gets creepy in there. So, really tried to change that search history real fast, even though I wasn't searching for that stuff. Not a creepy weeb.
Well, that's what you get for looking at and ordering figurines that look like anime style like people.
Look,
Yeah,
man,
I told him he looked at Tifa too long, and that's why the search history is like, this guy's a creeper.
Look, man, I told Pat I was going to be invested in this Final Fantasy VII journey I'm taking this year. And look, man, a couple amiibo, a Mega Man, and a Tifa later, I'm getting these tentacle, insertions images, and I just don't like it. Okay.
Man, just wait till you meet Genova.
Anyways, that's how I'm doing.
Okay. Well, I don't know where to go from there.
Also, side tangent, another suggested for you after all that, Rob the Robot.
You showed us that.
So,
I thought you picked up Rob the Robot the other day.
I did not. I didn't buy anything. I'm waiting till after I move. By the way, this is the last After Dark in this office. Very excited.
Good times. The memories you'll have, right?
Sure. I hate this place. I need to get out.
Well, guys, how's the Wednesday treating y'all?
Busy.
Mm-hmm.
It's been crazy.
Every day's busy now, though. I mean, that's just life. It's just life.
Yeah.
Always busy.
Yeah, I can say the same. Yeah, it's always busy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep, I got to have a lunch with the president of my company, and I offered him some suggestions. So I might get fired here, pretty shortly.
Uh-oh.
What?
Or I might get hired or promoted. It depends how he took it.
Uh-huh.
He kind of laughed, so I think it was a good thing.
Nice. Well, guess we'll find out.
Yep.
Pat'll be calling in from a payphone down the street.
I'm calling collect, bro.
Jesus Christ.
I won't have the money for the payphone.
It's very 2001 of you.
Let me
I know.
Oh, but in case everyone's wondering, it's a sausage party tonight because Stephanie had prior obligations with her actual real job. So, Stephanie, we miss you.
We miss you.
All right.
Yep. Bring us
Remember the
presents
last time she
when you
wasn't
come
here?
back.
Got crazy.
It got a little out of control.
Yeah.
Would you know what else is out of control?
These Final Fantasy VII swimsuit images that keep showing up on my timeline for no reason. That's what's out of control. Get a hold of yourselves. God.
Hey, you know what?
Find someone real and hold them tight, okay? Jesus Christ.
Square saw the marketing that was happening for Stellar Blade, and it's like, you know what? Release the swimsuit photos.
Did you see they took the their statement about censoring off their website when these started coming out? Yeah. Yep. They know what they're selling.
Mm-hmm.
They know.
It might have been a slight little spoiler on the Rebirth, but they showed Tifa doing a squatting challenge, not a squatting challenge, a sit-up challenge. And guess how the camo was aimed?
I don't want to know.
Like that one achievement in Nier Automata. That's what I'm guessing.
Pretty much, and also there was some jiggle physics going on because she was in her bikini.
You said jizzle physics.
Jizzle.
Freudian slip.
There is definitely some jizz coming from some people with that.
Oh God! Help me! We cannot let it get out of control because Stephanie's not here again.
She is our reason, and she gets mad at us because she's not a part of it when we get out of control.
No. It's fine. But seriously, though, how many times can I see the same animation of Tifa and Aerith running up to the camera and there's swimming suits? It's every other thing on my timeline.
Why are you looking for it?
I'm not looking for it.
It just comes up.
Comes up. Yes. Anyways, we're not here to talk about this.
Are we, though?
There's a great image. Xenosaga trilogy. That's a nice image. I like that. I like those games.
I believe we're here to talk about the fact that the Boss Rush podcast and the Boss Rush Network are heading to PAX East this next month.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is the last public. This is the last public episode before PAX.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
So in case you guys have been living under a rock the last 6 weeks we've been announcing this, you'll be able to find us roaming the show floor over at PAX East. So if you're there, just come by, say hi. We'll also be covering the event as part of the media, demoing games, conducting interviews, and recording a podcast or two live from the event. So make sure you keep your eye out for the on bossrush.net. And our YouTube channel for that. PAX East is taking place in Boston from the 21st to the 24th of March. So get your badges now, which by the way, you can no longer get press passes. You can no longer get those badges for that, but you can come in like a regular schleb, And once you have all that done, come say hi.
Yes. Come say hi.
Also, by the by, if you want to support Boss Rush After Dark and the Boss Rush Network, you can head over to our Patreon at patreon.com/Boss Rush Network, where you can get not only this show 2 weeks early and ad-free, but you'll also get some other perks like early access to other podcasts, voting rights, and more. And that's all at the tier that's right for you. Just go over there, pick your tier, and you're in there. Again, that's patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. Now, I guess I should go ahead and just put this out there. If you can't contribute financially, it is no big deal. Your viewership and listenership are enough for us. If you're watching the video, please subscribe to the channel. Leave us a thumbs up on this video and any other videos that you may have caught recently. And then hit that notification bell so you can be notified when new episodes go live. If you're listening to the audio version of our shows on either Spotify or Apple Podcasts, leave our show a 5-star rating and a nice review. All that really helps with our visibility as well as our discoverability. And also remember, you can always find new episodes, articles, reviews, and more over on our website, which is bossrush.net. All right, fellas. We got a couple of topics tonight.
Yes, it's not dirty, everybody. I promise. Maybe. I mean, I
Oh, we
guess
will
it could
make
get
it
dirty.
dirty.
I guess we shouldn't make that promise.
I don't know. What do you do outside the screen?
Oh, that's our first topic.
Yeah. How are we doing? You know, hey guys, how are we doing? You know, like once we shut the cameras off and turn the microphones off and stuff, you know, and retreat to our own little corners. How are we doing? Or what are we doing with ourselves?
I'm usually going to bed.
Okay. Maybe not that literal.
Oh, you mean not directly after? You mean like when we're not actually filming?
Well, yeah, when
Yeah.
we're not on for the cameras.
hmm This is it's weird because After Dark is kind of like where we aren't like we're less in character, I guess.
Yeah.
You would say. Not that like we're faking our personalities, but you know, everybody that podcasts know you put on your podcasting mask, I guess you would say, in your persona, and you just go with it, right?
Mhm.
Where the show is kind of we say some heinous shit on the show sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Mentally, I've just been like, to be honest, I guess I kind of feel like I don't know. I feel overwhelmed with a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
You know, moving and a lot of work stuff and a lot of PAX preparation and a lot of podcasts to do before PAX and trying to get episodes in the bag for after PAX so people can have time off and trying to also chase after 2 children and hang out with my wife and make time for everything. And it's hard to do all that.
Uh-huh.
And so I feel a little bit mentally I don't I don't mean it like this, but like mentally challenged, I guess you would say. Uh you know, my medication has been changed, so I'm also adjusting to that, which has been uh good in some ways and bad in other ways, especially if you forget to take it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been interesting. Is this what we mean by how are we doing?
Maybe
I don't know. I just started going on.
that's
I
okay.
feel like this is the only place where like I don't know, I can be open with you guys
Mm.
cuz you know, I don't know, sometimes like when somebody asks you how they're doing, people really don't care. They're just asking to be nice. And you know, that's where those I don't know, for some reason I've been getting a lot of Instagram reels and TikTok videos of like these like it'll say the guy and then it'll be like everything he's thinking in a bubble, right, and how he feels and what's going on in his life, and then someone's like, hey, how you doing, and at the bottom it'll just say he'll just say I'm fine, I'm good, you know, but really like
It's fine.
inside
It's
he's
fine.
like maybe he is, maybe he isn't, but he just, you know, it's kind of how I feel sometimes a lot of the time.
Uh-huh.
It's like I'll just tell you I'm good because I know people maybe don't really care all that much.
You know, I took this little thing on Twitter that reads your Spotify and then kind of tells you what kind of a personality you have based on
hmm
your music history. And
hmm
I got tumultuous or
Tumultuous.
whatever the
Tumultuous.
word is. Thank you, thunderstorm.
Hmm.
And my colors were basically black to gray.
Hmm.
And it's like your music is just full of energy and like chaotic, and it's like, yeah, this is kind of my personality there right now. It's just tumultuous, whatever the word is. I can't speak right.
Yeah.
But honestly, like last night was not good for me in a mental state. For some reason, I just kept on having this weird opinion that I was going to die
Oh wow.
that night. I don't know why. Like I'm like
I was
this
just about to
is
ask, do you know what brought it on?
I just the fear of being alone, I guess.
Hmm.
That I'm just gonna die alone, and then my cat is gonna be alone without anyone ever realizing that I'm gone. That for some reason is a very irrational fear I have as of late.
I don't know if that's an irrational fear.
I mean, I shouldn't be thinking that like at age
Well,
40, I guess.
okay, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, there's that, but at the same time, like, I would not say it's irrational.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was my weird mindset uh last night.
I I found this. I'm not. It's weird because I don't really care about music at all or anything. But like I was scrolling through Instagram the other day and I found this song that was playing. It's an artist like and like he's I don't know. I apparently he's like really big on YouTube. And he got Darius Rucker to I don't know, do this song with him, and it was like incredibly relatable for somebody who doesn't care about music. And I'm going to send it to you in this chat because I saved the link because for some reason every time I like hear it, it makes me feel a little better
Hmm.
for some reason, even though it's like really depressing and um, and you guys don't have to listen to it now. It's just something that like I found and it was super relatable, especially for someone, you know, in my position of, being married and kids and, that kind of stuff. Uh, and it's sad, but it kind of describes exactly how I feel a lot of the time. And it's, I don't know. It's just, it's weird. I feel weird, I guess. It's weird.
No, I totally understand that. That's why I listen to the music I listen to at times. It's just like it's someone that actually relates to me, or at least in the lyrics.
Hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, And again, I like very rarely listen to music, but I found that and it just kind of like when I feel that way, I listen to it and I kind of feel
I feel
like
like
I'm
I
not
have a
alone.
question. Like, you very rarely listen to music?
Yeah, I don't really listen to music at all. More of a podcast person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I can't even tell you the last time I listened to music, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Aside from like something, some sort of weird video on TikTok or Instagram
Uh-huh.
that has a song in it, right? But it's not even like really a song. It's about the video, not the song.
Okay.
you know, I know it's weird, and I know people don't believe me when I say that, but it's true. I really don't listen to music like at all.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All right.
which could be another topic entirely on another episode.
No, I don't know because I feel like in certain cases, putting it out there like that is like it's almost like we're coming at you and stuff like that, and
No, I know, I know you don't mean it like that. It's just that's everybody's reaction when I say I don't listen to music. It's
Mhm.
like you don't listen to music. I'm like, no, I don't.
That's just
I don't think I got into like listening to music until like my mid-20s, and that's when I went to like my first concert.
I feel like I've always been like a music person. Like I've always enjoyed listening to music and stuff like that. Like as even when I was a kid, just
Okay, I liked video game soundtracks growing
oh
up,
man,
but like an actual like music is just like I didn't really start listening until like mid-20s when I went to a 3 Days Grace concert, and
hmm
then I got into Evanescence and Foo Fighters, and then I started really getting to alternative bands. So
Yeah,
It was about that time when the music just like really spoke to me.
in these headphones right now, like it's video game music. I'm listening to the Tekken 8 soundtrack.
Oh.
Mm. Nice.
Yeah. Um right now for me, like I would say right now, like I'm kind of in a weird space. Like my boyfriend and I had like one of the hard talks a couple of weeks ago, and I'm still processing. If I'm going to be honest, I'm still I'm still processing, like, that conversation. And beyond that, like, just how with things have shifted with work and stuff like that, like, some days I wonder about my financial status and all that stuff. Like, I don't know, I feel like to the average person, they would look at me and think I'm not dealing with some shit, but I'm dealing with some shit right now.
Yeah. I've sensed that from you
Yeah.
recently,
Mhm.
just based on, I mean, we've known each other for a while now. I think we can all kind of see each other's tells when we're feeling a certain way.
Right.
So sorry you're going through some shiz, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, all of us are going through some shiz right now. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I always try to like say other people have it worse than I do because it's true, but I don't know. My wife always tells me that you're allowed to feel how you feel regardless of other people, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel
those are
bad,
wise words.
you know. Sorry you're going through some stuff, LeRon.
Hopefully, like, hopefully it's more in my mind than, like, the actual reality of how I feel it might be.
Hmm.
You know what sucks is every time I start feeling successful is when I start really like feeling worse.
Like when's the other shoe gonna drop?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's kind of how it is. Like you have like one of the best days of your life, and then like for the next week you're just like anxious and lonely as hell because like it's like, and when am I ever gonna get a day like that again? Or
Mhm.
I don't know. Like honestly, my career is going absolutely amazing right now. I got a huge raise. I got a bonus. They're training me to be a manager,
Nice.
and yet I feel like I'm worthless. I when I work, it's weird.
Yeah. I get that. I get that. It's also like really scary. Like you see when mergers and acquisitions happen, or like, you know, not that this is a video game podcast, but like we just saw that PlayStation laid off 900 people and EA laid off 670 people, and Microsoft a couple of months ago laid off or like a month ago laid off almost 2,000 people. And it's like,
Yeah.
man, job security just doesn't exist. And like that's always in the back of my mind too. It was like, because my company just got bought out, the company I work for, and it's like, man, what do I do to prove myself that I don't, to not get laid off, or like, is, what's going to happen? And it's oh man, it's crazy times. It's all right. AI is going to take over, and nobody's going to have a job, and everybody's going to be happy because the robots are going to do all of our work. And
We're gonna add the movable chairs and a
Mhm.
screen in front of our face 24/7, just like
Yeah,
Wally.
yeah. Apple's already doing it.
hmm I mean, Jeff Keighley announced that weird smell-o-vision thing.
Yeah, that's
You know,
weird.
you can pay for DLC to smell human excrement.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. Can't wait for the next South Park game when Mr. Hanky comes out and you just smell poop.
hmm
That's a decades old reference right there.
Howdy how!
Oh man, good times. Those South Park games though, the RPGs, very good.
I wasn't too interested in Snow Day, but I saw I think actually the Nintendo partner direct showed it, and I don't know, it's starting to show some promise.
Yeah, don't worry. That multiplayer game will fail, and you'll see that studio close in like 6 months.
Well, that's the thing. It's not just a multiplayer game. It's a single player game that you can play with multiple people.
Oh,
At first, I thought it was a multiplayer game too.
did not know that. If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dirrig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network. Did not know that. Anyways, you know what's less depressing than our lives, and by less I mean more, is the rise of artificial intelligence.
Yep. They just got the year wrong in Terminator, but it's still gonna happen. Skynet's gonna be created, and it's gonna nuke all of humanity.
It's happening. It's happening, everybody.
You know what?
I love that meme. I love that technology meme that you see of the kids in the park. It's like, this is 1980s or 1990s with no one having a cell phone. Just look how peaceful everything is. And it's the scene just before everything gets nuked.
Yeah, and
with
Judgment Day.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Sarah's like behind the fence trying to warn everyone.
Yeah. You know, I can be a little fearful of AI, and stuff like that. But I also like I'm one of those daydreamers, right? And like I feel like I want us to get to that. I want us to get to that level of being where we're like in Star Trek, for example, and stuff like that. AI is running around in that and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know, like I'm not quite ready. I'm not quite ready to start shouting like AI is coming for our jobs. AI is going to kill us and all that stuff. I use quite a few AI tools myself in my day to day and stuff like that. Mostly is because like I work in the tech field and stuff like that. So like it's way too tempting to resist. Now
I worry.
Hmm?
I worry though because they say, "Oh yeah, life will work with AI together." Like we think, "Oh, once we have AI doing these jobs, we'll live like Wall-E." It's like, no, who's gonna pay us if we aren't literally doing anything and AI is doing everything? Like,
Yeah, it's
I,
gonna be. It's gonna be a point where it's almost gonna be like a iRobot situation. I mean, I know that movie's not amazing, but like the robots are gonna be like your servants, or they're gonna do the dirty jobs like uh cooking or taking garbage pickup, or the jobs that nobody wants, first off, too, right? And like we're kind of already seeing it, like LeRon, was it you that brought up that McDonald's that has an all AI staff? There's
Yeah,
no human staff working there.
yeah, which I find that kind of weird.
Yeah, that's like, how does that even work? Like, I mean, I think there's always going to have to be some sort of human element involved, but like,
There's
I don't
got to
know.
be. Now think about that McDonald's. There's got to be a human somewhere in there.
Yeah, it's just and I know we're kind of overblowing it because we know like Terminator exists, and all these other movies and stuff like that, but like, I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of this weird, baby steps of AI too, of doing things like, I mean, ChatGPT is writing things, right? Granted, like, okay, it has its own tone and its own kind of things that it pulls from, but there's also a new, man, we were just talking about it at work today, a new program that you can train the AI to have your tone of voice to write things for you.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
And you like can feed it things that you've written, and it will match your tone when it writes something. It'll make the same grammatical errors that you make a lot of the times unless you ask it to fix it, and it'll make, you know, all these things, and it's weird that you can train something to do that. Or like the voice training thing where like there are voice mimicking AI software out there now. I mean, we've seen it with uh I mean, it's funny, right? But like the presidents playing video games together. I don't know if you've
Yep.
seen those videos on
And
Instagram or
they
TikTok.
do the ratings.
Yeah, and
Yep.
it's
Yeah.
like really funny, but like also scary that it sounds just like them. And it's only going to get better from here. Or I mean, we see Disney doing it with James Earl Jones already, you know, and it's just scary, man. It's the world is getting scarier by the day, and a lot of this technology is really interesting and really fascinating, and I know a lot of it is meant to help people initially, but also like some of these companies are using it to save money, and people won't have jobs and all these things, and I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think because
I don't trust the humans
yeah,
to use
Yeah,
it
that's
for
that's it
good
right there.
purposes.
yeah, that too. Um, it's when you can have AI generate an image for you via prompts, like text prompts, and it'll fix the image for you based on how you prompt it to fix it. Oh, that person has 7 fingers, give them 5 or whatever.
Mhm.
Or you know what I mean? It's these are incredibly accurate pictures. I mean, the funny pictures you see on Twitter and stuff of like when Trump got arrested, like gets arrested, quote unquote, or he's running from the feds, or uh
Or even the Taylor Swift explicit ones that she's like suing.
yeah, it's all like they are too real, like a people that not us, but like our parents or people a generation ahead of us may think that these images are real,
Yeah.
and if you go down those threads, you see people are like, Trump got arrested, and like, oh my god, all these things, and it's, man.
I mean, we can't even keep like information, like false information going out right now. Just imagine what AI is going to do.
Yeah,
They could simulate an entire war and, we'd pretend like that's actually happening.
yeah,
I feel like a lot of that though, like people have to use common sense though, like with some of that stuff. You know what I mean?
And I
Like,
don't trust humans. I think we
yeah,
are we use like if we can take advantage of it, we are going to take advantage of it.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, but I don't know, like with all the deep fakes and all the fake news and the alternative facts and all that stuff that like AI can spin and stuff like that. I really, like I don't know, like it kind of goes back to what I used to say when I was younger. I'm like, what is it? Like there should be a common sense like test out there, and and if you pass that test, boom, you get a license and you can actually go out and breed. Because I feel like if we breed out the idiots, like we'll be all right.
yeah. uh yeah, it's I do have to say what you will about Elon Musk, and I know we kind of poke fun of him a lot on this show, in particular, but he's implementing a thing on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, that anything that is AI generated has to be marked as such,
Well, that's
which is good. Which
I'm
is a
all
good,
for that.
yeah. Uh, and I think that's great. Just like when you have a product that you're doing an ad for, you have to use hashtag ad. I think you have to put AI either on the image, or I don't know. I don't think a hashtag is going to be enough, but I think you should have something that it's marked, and that would be great. And even if Twitter does it on its own, and you have to check a box that says, hey, this image is generated by AI, like I think that's great, or this video, or this
Well, what's the
prompt.
incentive for them to actually check that box? Like, what worst things happen? They take the site down, then they just make a new one. Like
Yeah,
all the
no,
bots.
I mean, I don't know what that looks like, right? And I don't know how they're
Mhm.
going to enforce that, but the thought is a great idea, right? And it will essentially keep that in check, hopefully. Um, and there's going to be people that try to work their way around it, and it'll get around it, and you know, then there'll be this big security back and forth of like, oh, well, now premium costs $85 a year instead of 60 or whatever to keep our security levels up or whatever. And it's, it'll be that thing and then whatever. But initially, that thought is nice to think about. But also, he's developing a car that's going to go 0 to 60 in less than a second. So who says that's a good idea?
Yeah.
uh, but AI is scary. It's interesting technology when it's implied in the when it's applied in the right places.
Mm.
But also, we're already facing a lot of jobless people,
Mhm.
and these companies are going to use this AI to try to drive more people out and save money. And when things are automated, who needs a person? You need one person to make sure everything goes right instead of 20 or 15, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm trying not to be doom and gloom here. I'm trying not to be. Like, I mean, yeah, yeah.
it's hard not to be, though.
Yeah.
I mean, when you grow up on movies like Terminator and I, Robot and Art, and that movie with Haley Joel Osment in it where he's like a robot kid, like it's hard not to think of those things when
Hold on.
you first
The
The
robots,
Matrix, like
the robots in iRobot went bad because someone fucked with their programming.
I mean, who's to say someone's not going to fuck with these
Yeah,
programming?
again, it's the human element. Like,
Yeah.
even just the movie like Jurassic World, like they were training dinosaurs, and the very first thought they get is, "How can we weaponize this?"
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't just that. What was the inherent flaw in the first Jurassic? Oh,
The
they
amphibian DNA.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the amphibian DNA, yeah, like that, and someone circumvented the whole thing because like they're supposed to be born naturally sterile, and someone circumvented that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't trust humans with it. I really, really don't. Just because, again, that
It's
with all the good things that you can think of, there are millions of people who are thinking, what can I use it
Yeah,
to my
mhm.
advantage for?
I mean, it's
Or
hard
how
to
can I
trust.
weaponize it?
It's hard to trust people. It's hard to trust people. I don't like to say that, but it is. You don't. I mean, you don't know. You don't know. You just don't know. I agree with you, Pat.
There's a lot of good people in the world, but it's just a small handful of bad ones that can basically ruin everyone's day.
Hmm. Yep. Yeah, but there's also like really interesting ways that people are using AI, right? Like on the Boss Rush podcast, I was telling you about this person we were talking to where I work that runs a greenhouse, and to make sure the crops grow the correct way and are grown kind of perfectly, they use AI to measure, water outputs or lighting, or if it gets too hot, the AI can shift all of the windows at once into a different direction so it doesn't get as hot in the greenhouse, right? Or uh, it measures the sizes of the strawberries or the peppers or whatever, and can say this one can be picked, this one can be picked, this one can be picked, this one cannot, this one cannot, this one cannot, right? That's really interesting. And uh I think that's a smart way to implement AI. And like it's not like he had, 40 workers doing this for him and then they fired them all to use this AI program. No, he wanted his company to be more efficient, and this is how they're doing it. And he can now run his greenhouse 24 hours a day instead of, having working 12 hours a day and then sleeping and hoping that something doesn't go wrong in the middle of the night, right? So there are productive ways to use the AI, but how these are going to be implemented in long term, I don't know. Short term, it's funny. Midterm, it's interesting. Long term, does it turn scary?
Yep.
So, anyways, I feel way better now. Thanks for asking.
You're gonna sleep comfortably tonight.
I'm just gonna blame the person who picked the topic. That's all.
Sorry.
You know what? Just shift the blame on me. I'm the one that made it negative. Corey came in with all hopes, and I'm like, Terminator,
I didn't say it was all hopes. I said that I saw some interesting things.
I saw some interesting things too. It was all in the movies.
Oh man. Yeah, man.
Actually,
Utilizing AI every Monday, everybody. Go check it out.
You know, it's funny though. I believe like the pessimists in most of us, like we always just go to that dark place though, because I mean, yeah, like for every good application of AI out there, there's a bad one, if not two bad ones for every one, but and stuff like that, I'm an IT guy and I work in technology and stuff like that. So like it's always gonna be fascinating for me, and like I'm always gonna dream about it in a more positive light. Yeah, I do know that for a while, like like they had like people were really like fucking with the code of like Chat GPT and some of the other ones to the fact where like Google and Microsoft would be like, hold on, we gotta shackle this thing, we gotta shackle this thing and we gotta restrict how you guys use it and stuff like that, because people were because there was I can't remember if it was on Chat GPT side or if it was on the one that Google was using, but someone basically was getting it to the point where like it was starting to question its existence.
I think that was Google.
Oh, it was Google. Okay.
I think that was a Google one.
Yeah, but they just released their new AI assistant called Gemini, which can literally do anything for you.
Yep, I'm using it now on my phone actually.
Yeah. Yeah, they renamed all of their AI related products Gemini. So like Gemini Mobile, I guess is what you would be using, LeRon, and Gemini Cloud, man.
So like, what does this do for you?
Are they going to roll it out?
Anything you want it to do.
Are they going to roll it out to the Google Nest products?
I think so.
So let's say if I was looking for a PS Portal, which I have, could I tell Gemini to search for PS Portal at such and such price point and buy for me when it finds it? Like, are we talking that, or?
I don't know if it's that specific now, but I think eventually that's where these things want to go, right? I mean, Alexa already kind of does that for you, but I mean only for Amazon, right? But like if you can tell it to buy you something and it'll buy it for you and send it to you, right? So that's scary too. So yeah, but this Gemini technology is really, it's out there. OpenAI, I think though is the scariest because the CEO just seems like he just doesn't care about anybody's well-being. He just wants the technology to go as far as it can.
That's how it always is, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
you were
he's
too preoccupied with whether you could, you didn't stop to think whether you should.
Ooh, quotes. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say about AI. I just I think the current, I guess you would call it consumer level AI is, that tech is interesting, but I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe we're just old. We don't understand. We don't get it. We don't get
Maybe
it.
I would
These
like
kids-
AI.
These kids
if it
growing
was-
up only saw the bad Terminator movies that nobody likes.
I mean, everyone loved Terminator 2. What are you talking about?
No, the kids, they saw what, Genesis with a Y,
Oh,
and the one other one without Arnold in it, with the guy from Avatar in it.
Oh, Salvation.
Yeah,
I actually like Salvation.
maybe.
that was the one that actually took place after D-Day, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen any of them, so I can't tell you.
And technically, it did have Arnold, but that was all CGI generated.
That was CG.
Oh,
Yep. Because he was governor at the time, and so they took his likeness from the very first Terminator and slapped it. Slapped it on someone.
the governor.
Yep. I don't know. You know what? I might be okay living in the Matrix. Like, if I didn't know it was happening, that I was being used as a battery, been living a life that, yeah, or even better, like, throw me into Ready Player One. Like, just give me that artificial world where I can visit other artificial worlds, but feel like it's real.
I mean, shit. That's honestly what I want. Freaking like virtual, like VR to do. I want that shit. You know.
See, then it makes sense for Jeff Keighley's little smell-o-vision.
I guess.
God, it's the worst smell-o-vision. I hate smells anyway. I don't want artificial smells. Anyways, LeRon, help me. Get me out of here.
We ready to wrap? Are we ready to wrap?
Unless you guys want to keep going or have another topic, I don't care.
We're out of topics. We ran through them all. We ran through them all off the list for tonight.
It's fair. Yeah.
Well, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up then. So yeah, that's gonna do it for us tonight for tonight's episode of the Boss Rush After Dark show. Thanks everyone out there who's watching and or listening. And of course, always remember this is the Alternative Topical Podcast for adults on the Boss Rush Network. If you've enjoyed the show tonight, leave us a 5-star rating, and a nice review on the podcast services, or on that YouTube channel of ours. Subscribe to it and like the video. Pat, Corey, it was a pleasure. I don't know. We did all right.
Speaking of pleasure, we didn't even talk about how AI is going to pleasure everybody and then end the human race as we know it. That's real.
We'll come back to the AI.
Real
porn.
danger.
We'll come back to the AI porn another day. We'll come back to that because that's
your homework tonight, class, is to watch She.
God,
her
or her, yeah.
It.
That I did not like that movie.
The AI.
I did not like that movie.
I don't even know what movie you're talking about.
Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, but Scarlett Johansson's an AI.
Dude,
is that the one where he falls in love with Siri or whatever?
Yeah.
Yep.
Essentially.
Yes.
They have sex.
Like I said,
he has sex with Siri.
I like I said that Siri. Yep.
I don't.
And then he finds out that Siri had sex with like a million other people afterwards.
Snap.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And that she could not be contained to just one man.
Oh God. Help. Help me.
All right, we're done. We're done.
You're the one who asked for this, Corey.
We're done tonight. On behalf of my co-host here, we want to wish you all well. We will be back for another episode.
I regret all my decisions.
We trust you with AI.
Siri, Alexa, take us out. Good night.
If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dirrig,
Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.